This is your place for everything you need to know about Lake Forest football, soccer, and more. Now it's time for your host of the Lake Forest College Sports Zone, Cam McGuire.
Hey, Forester fans, how we doing? Welcome inside Lake Forest College Sports Zone. Cam McGuire with you. Glad to bring you episode number 3. So we're getting into that time of the year, a couple weeks into school now. So the fall teams are starting to find their way into conference play. But one team that is still not in conference play is the Lake Forest volleyball team. And this past Friday, they traveled to Lisle, Illinois to take on Benedictine University. Let's take you inside the gym and show you the highlights from this one. Benedictine led by as many as 6 early in the first set, but Lake Forest closed to within a point at 11-10 and again at 15-14. The margin grew back to 5 before shrinking to 2 at 23-21 and 24-22. A final kill by the Eagles then finished the set. The Foresters won the first 3 points of set 2 and were ahead throughout. Their lead eventually grew to as many as 8 points at 19-11, and a kill by Olivia Smith followed by a Benedictine attack error would close out the set, tying things up at 1 apiece. In set number 3 would be an ace by Emily Witz, which gave Lake Forest the largest lead of set 3 at 17-12, but the Eagles won 8 out of the next 10 points to pull ahead 2019. The score was tied at 21, 22, and 24 before a second straight kill by Smith and another ace by Witz put the Foresters on top 2-1. Lake Forest won consecutive points just once in the fourth set, while Benedictine gradually pulled away and won it by 13, forcing a fifth set. The Foresters jumped out to a 4-1 lead in the fifth set, but the Eagles pulled ahead by taking 6 of the next 7 points. The home team led 14-9 before Lake Forest, with no margin for error, rattled off 5 straight points to tie the score. The visitors escaped again at 15-14, 16-15, and 17-16, but were unable to fight off Benedictine's 9th match point opportunity. So it would be the 4th fifth set loss of the season for Lake Forest. Their record was 4-7, and then less than 24 hours later, they fell in 3 sets to Dominican University right here on the campus of Lake Forest College. Well, the women's golf team traveled to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin this past weekend to try and defend their title in the Marion Invite, and defend their title they did so. And not only that, they also took home medalist honors individually with CeCe Cruz, and earlier this week we caught up with CeCe Cruz. Cam McGuire here with CeCe Cruz, a junior on the women's golf team. CeCe, you guys finished first in the Marion Invite last weekend. You personally took home medalist honors, shooting an 82.
Thank you very much. We had a really great weekend. We had 4 girls place top 10, so it's been great.
Talk about 4 girls placing in the top 10. Last 2 tournaments now for you guys, right around an 85 average overall as a team. You look at practices, what have you guys been working on as a team?
Well, everyone works on individual things for themselves, but as a team, we've just been practicing and playing every day, and we work with Mason, who's one of our extra coaches from Wildcat Services at Northwestern University.
So let's go back to you personally. As a team, that's what you guys have been working on. Is there one thing or maybe 2 things that you've really been working on, maybe this year and even this past summer?
I've been playing in a lot of tournaments this past summer. I'd like to average at an 85 or lower and just keep doing the best I can and perform to the best of my ability.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, and UW Whitewater's hosting this one. You're actually from Madison, Wisconsin, so not too far. Have you ever played this course before? If not, do you know anything about it?
I have played this course before. Haven't played it in a few months. It's a link-style course and wood-style course as well, so it should be pretty good for us to play. We're looking forward to it, and we're really excited.
All right, CeCe, thanks so much. Once again, congratulations, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
The men's golf team took home 5th place this past weekend out of 32 teams at the Midwest Region Fall Classic. And on the first day of the tournament, they had 4 out of 6 players shoot under 80. The following day, as a team, they finished 1 stroke better than they had the previous day. This weekend, they head to Washington County to compete in the Wisconsin Lutheran Invitational. Well, the women's soccer team, since we last talked to you, has played in 3 games. One of those on the road this past Thursday, as we head to downtown Milwaukee to see how they would fare against the MSOE Raiders. It wouldn't take long for the home team to get on the board as Jill Ruark weaved her way around a handful of Forester defenders and launched the ball in the back of the net, giving the Raiders a 1-0 lead just 7 minutes into the game. With just 10 minutes to go in half number 2, it would be Ruark once again as Haley Malloy chips one from about midfield, and Ruark beats out a Forester defender, and then she bloops one over the Forester goaltender, tacking on the insurance goal, which would give the home team a 2-0 victory. Back at home, the Foresters looked to snap a 3-game losing streak this past Saturday as they hosted Edgewood College. After half number 1, it was a 2-0 lead for the Foresters thanks to goals from Morgan Henricks and Casey Kraus. We go to the second half when Charlotte Jackson dishes the ball to Julia Larson, who beats out a defender, and then with the goaltender racing out, Larson is able to slide it by, finding the back of the net, giving the Foresters a 3-0 advantage with 20 minutes to go in the second half. This next one was a highlight reel goal written all over it as Henricks would laser one from way out, and the goalie had no chance. Lead now 4-0 Foresters with 15 minutes to go. Well, Edgewood would deny Lake Forest of the shutout, scoring with just less than 2 minutes to go in the contest, but the Foresters would pick up a 4-1 win. This past Wednesday, the women's team opened up conference play, and they hosted the Beloit Buccaneers, a team that they had not lost to since 1992. But hold on a minute. Just 10 minutes into this one, it would be Candace Cunningham for the Buccaneers breaking free, and she was able to give the Buccaneers a 1-0 advantage. And that's all it would take as Beloit took down Lake Forest for the first time in 26 years. The Lake Forest women's soccer team will play Ripon College this Sunday in another conference matchup. And overall, Lake Forest is 38-4 against Ripon, and they have won 7 straight. But we saw what just happened on Wednesday, so hopefully the Foresters can have better luck on Sunday. Well, the men's soccer team competed in the Warrior Cup this past weekend, and we take you under the lights from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on the campus of Wisconsin Lutheran as the Foresters played Olivet College. And on Friday night, the scoring came late in this one as the Comets snuck behind a Forester defender and then shoveled one in the back of the net, giving Olivet a 1-0 lead with just 20 minutes to play in the game. Just 46 seconds later, across from midfield, and the man, the myth, the legend, Lucas Guy would redirect it into the back of the net, tying the game at 1 apiece. Well, it was 2 overtimes and no score to show for, so it ended a 1-1 tie despite the Foresters outshooting the Comets 28-12. So then they would play the host team on Sunday in Wisconsin Lutheran, and we head out to the field for this one. It would be Noah Hernandez who would bury a rebound off the right post, giving the Warriors a quick 1-0 lead, just 8:30 in. But from there on out, it was all Foresters. Eric Truitt got his 3rd tally on the season just 6:23 later. Sal Gloria would give the advantage to the Foresters with a dandy of a shot, finding the top right corner with 15 minutes to go in half number 1. One of the prettiest goals of the season would come just under 4 minutes later as Eric Truitt found Amar Korac outside of the box, who blasted a low stinger past the goaltender, giving the visitors a 3-1 lead. The only goal of the second half came from Sid Babu getting his first of the season after a nifty pass from Sal Gloria, and Babu, just like Korac outside the box, found the bottom left corner. Win for the Foresters, wrap it up, put a bow on it. It's their first win since September 5th for the men's soccer team. Well, some teams just have teams' numbers, and the Wheaton College Thunder, they have the men's soccer team number as they have won 13 straight games. But this past Wednesday, Lake Forest would head into Wheaton, and we caught up with Amar Korac prior to this one.
Cam McGuire here with men's soccer forward Amar Korac. Amar, you guys are 4-2-1 to start the season. Evaluate it so far.
It's been a tough season so far. I mean, preseason was tough. Coach put it out on us a lot, and it's basically just up to us now. I mean, we just got to carry out the rest of the team and just stay on with being positive and so on. Keep going forward. That's it.
Staying positive, that was huge for you. Last year, an injury, you only played in 6 games. Kind of touched on that injury last year and kind of how your road to recovery was coming into this season.
Oh, man, that's crucial. I tore both my ACLs, actually, and coming back not only 1 year but 2 years now. That's been tough mentally, but giving up is not an option for me. That's just out of the question. So I just trained hard over the summer and just, kept going forward and just going to bring out what I can right now.
You've matched both your ACLs with 2 goals this season. It's got to feel pretty good to put the ball in the back of the net this year.
Definitely it does, especially the last one. The last one was a nice little banger. Yeah.
So you guys play Wheaton tomorrow. They're a good team. You guys actually fell them your freshman year 3-2 in the NCAA tournament. You're going to head there, too, and it's going to be underneath the lights, so kind of like last Friday against Olivet. What are you expecting from them?
We expect a lot, like always. I mean, like you said, freshman year, they knocked us out in the last, 30 seconds. They won the game, basically. And, last year, they just scored off some set pieces. But we're definitely going to clean up on that. Freshmen got to bring up their A game, too, because, we got some couple guys injured. So we got to battle that out as well.
All right, Amar, thanks so much and good luck tomorrow.
Just one goal in this one, and unfortunately it was the Thunder with just 4 minutes to go when Michael Martins received a beautiful pass from A.J. Moyes, extending their win streak against Lake Forest to 14. The men will play Ripon this Sunday, and then it will be against Hope College on the road on Tuesday. We mentioned the women's tennis team, how they were perfect last week. Well, they stayed perfect this week once again. This past Saturday for the women, they played Cornell College in the morning and put the beat down on them, a total of 8-1. Then it was a quick turnaround and they would face the defending MWC champs in Grinnell College. And remember, the Foresters finished second place behind Grinnell last season, but this time they would not be denied, as on Saturday they were able to improve their record to 7-0, defeating Grinnell 6-3. Allison Watts was named MWC Performer of the Week as she won her doubles match with Tierney Miller 8-1 and then winning in singles 6-0 and 6-3. Then Watts in singles won 6-1 and then won the tiebreaker in set 2 over Grinnell. The team will partake in the ITA Regional Tournament this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Kalamazoo, Michigan. Well, before we send you on your way, one more shout out here, the Lake Forest football team. They open up Midwest Conference play this Saturday against the Lawrence Vikings, and they currently have a 9-game win streak against Lawrence. They'll try to put that one into double digits, kickoff at 1 p.m. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of Lake Forest College Sports Zone. Remember to check out GoForesters.com to stay up to date with all the news surrounding athletics here at the college. And for myself, Cam McGuire, as always, go Foresters.